Hello, good afternoon, good evening. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you are joining us. And welcome to today's session of the monitoring and evaluation training. In this session, we are hoping to help you track your impact using a self-reporting tool. So stay still with me as I run you through our activities for today. Okay, before our activity for today, I would like to um, help those of us who are French speaking or understands better when spoken in French. I would like to help us navigate our way to the French section where everything that we say on this general platform will be translated to you in French. So I encourage everyone to listen as I go through the steps to direct you to the French section. Okay, so for the first step, once you log into the Zoom platform, ensure that your audio is muted as you join. Click on the interpretation button. It's actually the fourth option from your right, and then select your preferred language. So for you, I will be assuming that you will click on French. After you've done that, you will hear the translated audio and the original audio at a very low volume, which is to help better, which is to help you to better understand and the intonation of the original speaker. So if you do not want to hear the original speaker, you can click on mute original audio to hear only the speaker in the language you selected. Mind you, you must join the session through your computer or download the Zoom app on your phone. That's the only way you can get this feature available if you are using your phone, or if you are using your phone, you can't get it if you just dial in. So you have to either download the Zoom app on your phone or you join this session using your computer. I hope that is well understood, and if it is not, please leave a message on our chat box and my team members there will be ready to help you. Okay, I would like to run us through the agenda for today. We'll have our welcome address, which we are currently doing, where we have the introduction aspect, um, as well as pulse check, just to know a bit of how you are doing at the moment. Then we'll talk about African food change makers. And I'm sure a lot of you will be like, oh, we've heard about African food change makers, but please don't get tired about hearing about African food change makers. We have the opening remark as well as the introduction to African food change makers. The third thing on our agenda will be how we gather the alumni's expectations, and the fourth thing will be the BRACE program update, overview, our journey so far, and everything you need to know about the BRACE program. And then we'll be going into the meat of today, which would be the monitoring and evaluation training. Don't worry, you will have a full section where you have the access to ask any question you want to ask after the monitoring and evaluation training. Then as a family, we'll have our group photos, next step, and of course, membership drive. So stay tuned as we go into all of the activities that we have planned out for today. So welcome again, everyone here. Good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time it is in your own session, but it is actually afternoon in Nigeria. My name is Chiwendu Gloria Praise Pasi, and I will be moderating this session today. So for our introduction, I would like you to type in the chat box your name, the country that you're joining us from, your agribusiness, and any other information you would like us to know. So I'll give a little time for us to do this, your name, the country that you're joining us from, the name of your agribusiness. Who knows, you might meet someone from your country or from the same value chain as you are who might want to partner or collaborate in one area or the other. This is always an inciting session for all our programs because two people can meet themselves and engage just via the chat box. Also, I would like you to indicate using your favorite emojis on the chat box. Tell us your name, your business name, as well as everything that you need to know. You want us to know in this session, okay? Then about African food change makers. I'm still waiting for all of our information as the session, okay? Then about African food change makers. In African food change makers, we believe that small and medium-sized enterprises are the lifeblood of the food ecosystem in Africa. These enterprises are driven by visionary, dynamic, innovative entrepreneurs who operate as primary producers, aggregators, processors, distributors, finance and technology providers, chefs, cooks, consultants, and innovators. All of these people that I just mentioned, we call them change makers as African food change makers. However, these change makers are always faced with the devastating impact of climate change, global and local risks and shocks, macro and microeconomic challenges. These entrepreneurs need support in terms of funding opportunities, training, visibility, market linkages, and a community of support to successfully scale their agribusinesses. That is where the African food change makers community come in. So we come in form of support to enable African entrepreneurs to start and scale resilient and sustainable agribusinesses that nourish Africa and the world. How do we do this? We do this through different mediums, through our community, learning and training. Through our community, we all know that AFC has a very wild community where we have entrepreneurs, technology providers, chefs, consultants, cook, name it, everyone in the food ecosystem are part of our community. If you want to join our community, we'll be throwing you information in the coming time on how you can join the African food community. And also as part of our community, we have a place where we call the marketplace. To me, I feel like that's the most interesting thing about our community because agri entrepreneurs have the opportunity to showcase their products to a wider audience where people can go online, shop their products, just like you do with Jumia. As soon as you go to the marketplace, you can search for any product that you want and be sure that you will find it there. When you get there, you can click on the product you want and it will directly send a notification to the direct seller of that product. And you, my friend, as an entrepreneur, you have the opportunity to display your products there so that international buyers or anyone who come on the marketplace can have access to your product. Then the second aspect would be data and opportunities. On our hub, another interesting part about our hub is that you have access to any information you want. Is it financial information that you need? Is it training? Is it events? Name it. They are all on our website. And if you ask around, you will know of a lot of our entrepreneurs who have benefited, they've gotten grants, they've gotten funding because of the opportunities that we shared or uploaded on our hub. So don't stay still as I'm discussing and sharing this information with you. I would like that you click on our AFC hub and get information regarding everything as it pertains to data and opportunities. Then we also have another aspect where we call the visibility aspect of the program. On that visibility aspect, we have different programs that help showcase our members' products. We also attend events that we broadcast things that our entrepreneurs do. We also ensure that we invite them to events that help spread what they do about in their businesses. Then the most, but not the last part, but not the least, is our learning and training. In African Food Changemakers, we have different trainings ranging from climate-related trainings to gender-focused training to export training. Yes, we do have that. So our first program is called the Leading African Women in Food Leadership. That program is a 6 month mentorship and capacity building program where we celebrate and amplify the work that women do in the agri sector. When you talk about agriculture, when you talk about political positions, when you talk about having people on a global stage to talk about agriculture, the gender that you most often hear about are the male gender, right? But with the LAC program, we are trying to amplify the voices of our women, trying to tell the world that women are actually doing exceptionally well in the food ecosystem, but they are not being heard, they are not being recognized. That is the
Your
essence of
mic,
the LAC program.
your mic,
So keep your eyes
your
on
mic,
our
man.
website to know more about the leading African women in food fellowship. You are a woman score. Then the second program is our Scaling Exports program, where we build the capacity of agri-SMEs who want to go into export. So we want a situation whereby if you find yourself any place um, beyond the shores of Africa, you can easily go to any market by your street and find African made in African products in that store. So that is our aim with the Scaling Exports program. We are trying to build the capacity of agri-SMEs to export their products beyond the shores of Africa. Okay, thank you very much for learning about African Food Changemakers and what we do. So now we'll be going into another segment called the Gathering of Alumni's Expectations. So you've graduated from the BRACE program. And the reason I didn't say much talk about the BRACE program is because if you are here and you don't know about the BRACE program, don't you think you're in the wrong meeting, right? So but just a refresher, the BRACE program is called Building Resilience Against Climate and Environmental Shocks. It is a 6 week capacity development program. And the aim of this program is to help the participants of this program, which is you, understand how your businesses are being affected by climate change. We don't just stop there. We go a bit further to help you develop climate smart practices that you can adopt into your business to help your business give your business the ability to withstand the shocks that comes with climate change. So now on this gathering of alumni's expectations, I would be unmuting some of us or giving any of us the access to speak and tell us what are your expectations for this particular training today. We all know that this training is M&E. We are trying to help you know how you can track the efforts um, impact, know whether it's actually getting the results that you want it to get. So if you've adopted climate smart practices in your business, how do you track that? Yes, you've really gotten there. So that is what this session is about. I would like to know what your expectations for this session is. So I will be asking my team members to unmute as I'm unable to see my screen at the moment. If you have, if you want to share your expectations for this session, please unmute and speak. I'm not seeing anyone raise their hands. Or you can also drop it in the chat box. I think I have access to that. Okay, please hold on while I reshare my screen. So while my screen is coming up, I'm still expecting your hands. If you know you want to tell us about your expectations for today's training, if you like to let us know anything as regards to this training, please raise your hands and I'll ask you to unmute and speak. So I'm still expecting hands. Okay, yes. In the absence of, okay, Fatima, I can see your hands and I'm asking you to unmute and ask your questions or tell us your expectations for today's training.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Fatima, and welcome to today's session. Please go ahead.
Okay, so today's session is monitoring and evaluation. So is it, I assume it's kind of managerial course for CEOs and founders and business founders, where you learn um how to carry out your managerial duties. I don't know if I'm making sense.
I can barely hear you. Can you repeat what you just said?
Okay, what I'm asking is this a session where CEOs and business founders can learn how to carry out like managerial duties in their businesses?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Sure.
I get your question. Right. Yes, you are correct. But one thing that I would like to chip in is that this is a training session for everyone that participated in Praise to help track results in your business. So whether you are a CEO, whether you're a co-CEO, whether you are even an employee of the business, whether you are into maybe your specialization is even the M&E department in that business. So what we are doing here today is to help track the results in your business. I hope that is well understood.
Yes, that is amazing.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Fatima.
Thank you.
Nura, I can see your hands up. Can you please go next? You're welcome. Nura, I'm asking you to unmute and ask your question. Okay, if while Nura is still unmuting, Fatuma, please can you go ahead and ask your question?
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I am expecting to learn about how we can maybe come up with a tracker or a digital online tool for us to track the project for the production, the sales, and then the profits, as well as also monitor the performance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fatima. You are actually in the right place. Yes, our trainer is fully loaded with information that can help you track the profit in your business, help you track results, like I mentioned earlier, results in terms of your revenue, in terms of your adoption of the climate smart practices, name them, anything you want to know regarding the results in your business. You'll be learning them from the horse's mouth today, and she has the capacity to train you on these aspects. Then the next person, thank you very much, Fatuma. I hope that is very well understood.
Yeah.
Okay, the next person is, thank you very much. The next person is Gambo Garba. Please, I'm asking you to unmute and ask your question. Gambo Garba, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just trying to unmute. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes,
Hello,
I
can you
can.
hear
Please go
me?
ahead. Yes, I can. Please go
Good
ahead.
afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Thank you for the nice presentation and your commitment and everything. Our topic of today is monitoring and evaluation, as we have sent to all the trainees or the beneficiaries. So you say our expectation of what we expected maybe at the end of the training today. You know, we have gone through almost 6 different modules, from the climate change and the agribusiness, coming to the adaptation and mitigation strategies in production, adaptation and mitigation strategies in processing and packaging, coming to the fourth model, which is adaptation and mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution, the opportunities in climate, smart agriculture, adoption, the climate policy, and shaping the ecosystem. So after going through all those models, then the last thing is definitely all those models have a positive impact in our in our businesses, because this is the first time is through the BRACE program I was been able to have an opportunity to understand what climate adaptation is all about. I was able to understand that, yes, as a business entrepreneur, despite the fact the aim of you going into business is to make profit, but there are some kind of challenges you definitely come across. So whenever these challenges come, going on climate adaptation and mitigation, you can try your possible best to make sure that, yes, you can manage your business. Since the climate adaptation is all about how do you adjust to the change of the situation in your businesses, and at the same time, the mitigation is for you to reduce. As in, how do you reduce that maybe changes in such a way that it doesn't affect your business or it doesn't affect your services. So after going through all those things, yes, I need to know how can I monitor the progress and evaluate my activities. So thereby, the monitoring and evaluation of the activities can definitely go through a
Thank you
kind of
very
data
much.
collection. Hello? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay,
I
it's
can
like
hear
I
you.
heard you
Please go ahead.
talking.
No,
Hello?
please go ahead.
Okay, so all the knowledge you have, all the knowledge we got from the lectures, from the presentation, definitely we need that knowledge of how do we monitor and evaluate our processes. And evaluation and monitoring our processes can be through the following element, which has to be with like a kind of data collection and analysis. Yeah, you need to learn about the data collection method, tools, techniques, as well as the data analysis, and how do you interpret your result. Likewise, the evaluation design, you learn different evaluation, such as the output of what you have gotten will definitely help you to know whether at least you were able to, like, maybe the knowledge you use on the climate adaptation and mitigation has impact on your business. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Garuba.
Thank
That's a wonderful one. It just tells me that you are well prepared for today's session. And I love your expectations. And believe you me, you will get everything that you've written down today to achieve from this training. Okay? Thank you very much for
Thank you.
sharing your
Thank you.
expectations with all of us. You're welcome. Shamsu, can you please go next? After which Linda can go in that order, please. Shamsu, I can see your hands raised. I'm asking you to unmute and speak. Shamsu, I've given you the permission to unmute and speak. Please kindly mute and speak. Okay, Shamsu Abdullahi Lawal. Okay, why Shamsu is still trying to unmute? Linda, Linda Lemunga, can you please go next? I'm asking you to unmute and share your expectations with the rest of the audience.
Hi, everyone. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, Linda, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much. My name is Linda, and I'm from Cameroon. I'm the founder of Lim Health and Beauty Limited, where we transform wastes like coconut shell into health and beauty products. And we also transform natural herbs, organic herbs, into health and beauty products.
Linda,
like
I don't know if
linseed.
it is just me, but I'm finding it very difficult to hear you. Your voice keeps breaking at intervals.
Oh, really?
It's better now. You can go ahead.
All right. Like I was saying that we transform waste, and we are happy to be part of the BRACE program because we have learned climate smart practices, which we are definitely going to implement in our business. So I have some expectations, and I'm hoping that during this monitoring and evaluation, they're going to help me track the impact of our waste transformation process and also the use of natural ingredients and sustainability of our crop cultivation. I also expect that you're going to give us guidance on how to document and present evidence of our contribution to climate resilience. So that's basically it.
Thank you very much, Linda. And I must say, you are in the right place. Our trainer for today's M&E session has the capacity, the ability to guide you through all you just mentioned. So just my advice to you would be get your pen, get your book, and be ready to jot down insights that will help your business track the results that is required. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Linda, for sharing your expectations with us. Then next, and the last person, I'm so sorry due to time, we'll just take one more person and then we'll move to the next section of today's training. And the next section, the next person is Ole Healy Frederick Choche. Sorry if I murdered your name, but can you please unmute yourself and speak? I've asked you to unmute, so you can go ahead and speak. Frederick, if you can hear me, please unmute and speak. Frederick Choche. Okay.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much for that. Can you hear me?
You're welcome. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'm really Frederick,
Frederick, we can barely hear you. Can you please increase the volume of your voice?
Okay, I was saying, madam, thank you very much. I am from South Africa. To be here in this training, it's very much important. This is an investment for a business such as mine and everyone as an agribusiness or agripreneur. So my expectations, yes, indeed, the relevance of monitoring and evaluation is very much critical. And therefore, the expectation is of significance. This is going to make an impact to the agribusiness here on my side, and I believe to also every agripreneur in this classroom. Thank you very much, madam. It is very relevant
Thank you.
to the topic. I'm very much
Thank you.
excited. Yes.
Thank you very much, Frederick. I'm very happy to know that everyone here who has shared their expectations with us are very well in tune with what the training for today is. Yes, monitoring and evaluation, the importance of monitoring and evaluation cannot be overemphasized.
Yes.
Like if you don't note your results, how do you speak to other people you want to invest in your business? How do you tell them the results that your business has attained in years of operation? So that is why we cannot underestimate the importance of monitoring and evaluation. So this training is important to everyone on this call today. You need to be able to track the results in your business so that you'll be able to communicate it to investors or stakeholders or anyone who has a stake in your business. It is really important. So thank you once again to everyone, to Nora, Fatumo, Fatima, Garuba, Abdullahi, Linda, and Frederick, and to everyone who also wanted to share, but for lack of time, would not be given the opportunity to. But I'm sure that when it's time for question and answer, you'll be given another opportunity, or maybe what your insights might even be the trainer that we have for today will even throw more insights about your expectations for this training. So thank you once again, everyone, for your contribution. It's really glad to know that we are well in tune for today's session. So we'll be moving next to the next section of today's training, which is the Building Resilience Against Climate and Environmental Shocks program updates, where we'll tell and so far we've had 3,395 participants. So a round of applause to every one of you, because this wouldn't have been possible without your help, without you being here. So you can see pictures, images of participants from 2023, 2024, and even you here in 2025, where we've held our study visits in different locations, IITA, Nigerian Stored Research Product Institute, NISPRI, alongside different climate smart practices within Africa. So 95 participants have completed the program, which means that we have, from our analysis, we've tracked, we've monitored, we threw a survey and discovered that 100% of these people are youth, and 32 of them are women, because we want women to also be interested in agriculture as well as the male gender. And this comprises of 44 major African countries out of 52. Isn't that a great news? And then we've also achieved 85% satisfaction rate from all our participants. So you know that part in our portal, where after you've taken all the courses, we send you the survey, you fill the post-diagnostic tools, also the module surveys. After our review and our evaluation, we discovered that 85% of you said you were fully satisfied about the BRACE program, and 71 participants who have identified that they've adopted these climate smart practices. So we are not just teaching the climate smart practices, we're also following up with those of you who have participated in this program to know whether you've actually imbibed all the climate smart practices that you've been taught from 2023. Even if you are a 2024 participant, we want to know if you've started adopting these practices into your business. So also, new jobs were also created. That's 2,021 new jobs have been created from participants of this program, by participants of this program. And of course, how did we do this? By monitoring and evaluating these people's businesses. So we've also organized 3 M&E workshop. If we are going to include training, if you are going to include this one, you know the number already. We've organized 3 M&E and gender inclusion workshop in Nigeria, engaging 204 participants, in addition to the number of participants who have joined study visits in IITA, Malawi, IITA Cameroon, the aquaponics innovation in South Africa. These visits were complemented by a meet and greet event, which we hosted in different places: Nigeria, Malawi, South Africa, Cameroon, and different locations across Africa. We've also launched a mentorship program, and majority of these agribusinesses reported that their efficiency gain between 0 to 10%. 24% of these businesses saw more significant gains of above 20%. And most importantly, 10% of these businesses reported over 50% improvement in their businesses. Then the last but not the least session is the aspect that talks about how many facility visits we've had. So we go, while we conduct our study visits, our facility visits, we also visit your farm. So if you are in your country and you want to invite us to your facility, you want to invite us to your farm, we are more than willing to come if we are in your country. So we've conducted over 50 farm and facility visits during study visits to evaluate participants' climate smart. And we've also conducted comprehensive interviews on it. Then so just like I mentioned, if you are in your country and you want us to attend your facility, you want us to visit your facility, just how much of climate smart practices that you've adopted, please or reach out to any of the admins on the WhatsApp group and any of the group for us to mark your facility or your farm as a place that we can visit when next we visit your country. Then we've also consistently shared funding opportunities with the BRACE alumni. I'm sure that if one of our participants or some of our participants are here from the OG set, you hear them mentioning how many times they've gotten grants, how many times they've gotten funding opportunity, or assessed investors due to the funding opportunities that we shared with the BRACE alumni group. So if you are just this concluded participants, make sure that you complete the program till the very last part, download your certificate so that we'll be able to add you to the alumni group, which is where we often share opportunities as regards funding, events, and different type of opportunity you don't want to miss. So we've also provided support in terms of growth and innovation. BRACE alumni have also secured over $1,000 funding through the opportunities that we've shared with them. So they've also secured speaking engagements for BRACE participants during the United Nations General Assembly side events, BRACE M&E workshops, BRACE LIS sessions, name them. These are the speaking engagement slots that will BRACE participants like yourself have been able to access due to their participation in the BRACE program. We've also featured 2 participants at a TV shows where we invite them to showcase their We've also invited 2 participants on a live TV show to come and discuss their business, talk about climate, talk about how they can be reached on a very, very global television. One of the participants for this was the 2023 set and different other, where they had the opportunity to go on live TV to share information as regards their business, the impact they are making in the food ecosystem at large. We've also invited them to showcase their business on our IG Live showcase, as well as all our platform, all our social media platform, where we spotlight our participants. So the more you do, the more we spotlight you. This is very important so that when investors need your track record, they will be able to see what you've done in time past and everything as it connects to the BRACE program and your impact in terms of sustainability of the earth and everything as regards the program. Thank you very much for listening to that session. I will be moving to the next session, which is the main needs for today, the monitoring and evaluation training session. And you don't want to miss. I told you that we have someone in the house who is fully capable, who has the knowledge that you need. All these questions, your expectations that you've shared, it cannot be cut short. Do you know why? Because we have a facilitator that has all the knowledge you need to share with you. Then just a bit about our facilitator for today. Her name is Amaka Christiana Chime. She's the program coordinator at African Food Change Makers. She's a development and agricultural economist with over 12 years of experience in research, project design and coordination, public policy and advocacy across Africa. She currently serves as a project coordinator for the Building Resilience Against Climate and Environmental Shocks program at African Food Change Makers, where she leads the program implementation, monitoring and evaluation, and cross-country study visits focused on climate-smart innovations. Her expertise spans from survey designs, data analytics, results framework development, impact assessment with proficiency in tools like Excel, Stata, SPSS, and R. She has successfully coordinated the M&E activities for large-scale projects, including EU, AU, and IFAD-funded initiative. She has worked with institutions such as African Project Development Center, IITA, AFDB, African Rice, and the Skoll Foundation. Amaka is passionate about generating evidence to strengthen policy and practice, ensuring accountability and driving resilience among stakeholders, smallholder farmers, and agribusinesses. She has contributed to impactful evaluation and reports that influence decision-making and create a pathway for climate adaptation and food security and inclusive growth across Africa. I told you that our facilitator for this session has the ability to provide insights and knowledge about every question you have regarding M&E. You can see the way I'm laughing. So let's give a resounding clapping ovation as I invite our facilitator for today's session. If I don't see your favorite emoji on the chat box, I won't invite her. So with a resounding clapping, any emoji of your choice, welcome our program coordinators, African Food Changemakers, in the person of Amaka Christiana Chinwe, to our virtual pose. Over to you, Amaka.
Thank you so much, Clara. Please. That was too much, should I say, too much, Helen. I hope I'll be able to deliver well in this session. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are doing well, or good evening, depending on your locations. I want to also say congratulations once again to all of you for concluding your 6 weeks intensive program with us. That shows how committed you guys are in enriching Africa's soil and also ensuring that your practices are in line with the resilience practices that we have. And I'm also happy that you all are able to join today's sessions. Thank you so much for joining. So for today's session, nobody knows it all. We are going to rub minds together and also discuss what it means to monitor your progress in your business. And also for you to understand some metrics you need to use to measure your impacts, some indicators that you need to record to ensure that your business is being tracked. And a lot of you actually operate, but most times they don't really have enough information regarding how to monitor their businesses. So basically, that's what we are doing today. We don't just train and leave it to go. We continue working with you in your journey of adopting climate-smart agricultural practices. Please kindly allow me to share my screen. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen. So that we can be able to navigate together on what I've put on today. Just a minute. And for those of you that are yet to share your, finish your course and download your certificates, I will indulge you to do so, because in no distant time, the portal will be closed down, and I don't think you would like to pass through this 6 weeks training and you're unable to download your certificates. Okay, so because of network, I may off my screen so that I can be able to operate fast. Okay, so today, like I said, we are going to talk about M&E and tracking your results and telling your stories, because the truth is that nobody is going to tell your stories. If you have a manager or if you have anybody managing your business, yes, they can do everything to assist in your production and scaling. But the truth is that you are the one to tell your stories and you are the one to drive the storytelling, if at all you have anybody managing the business for you. So, and storytelling, it's very important, as well as tracking your results when it comes to monitoring and evaluating your business. So quickly, let's talk about the objectives of this M&E training. First is to walk you through the structured framework and guidelines for a systematically tracking, assessing, and improving the effectiveness of the BRACE program, and also to establish a system for collecting and analyzing data to measure progress, to inform decision makings and enhance learning. You all know that we work with a lot of funders, a lot of development partners that we work with. So most times when we source for funds to continue supporting our SMEs, one of the things they will ask us is, where is your data? At what level are these farmers operating with? Who is your beneficiaries and all of that? So this collection and analyzing data from you directly from the farm or from your businesses helps us to make an informed decisions, and also help us to source for more funds so that we keep on doing the work we are doing. I mean, a lot of you have been writing a lot of good stories and thanking BRACE team for the program and all of that. We see all your positive responses in the group chat, and even some have to come to us to, appreciate the work we are doing. And I don't think you want the whole good work to stop with you. I'm very sure you want more farmers, more agri-SMEs to be on board. So these stories, this data and information is what we use to project out there to source for more supports. Again, one of the objective things we want to also achieve today is to talk about our awareness of women's roles in climate resilient agriculture. So quickly, we're going to delve into it. So we have broad pillars of the BRACE program. The BRACE program aims to improve the following parameter amongst its participants. Three things stood out for us. One is the climate change awareness and adoption. Are you aware how your operations can affect the climate change? Are you aware that some of your methods can also help to reduce climate change? Are you aware that even in your own quota, you can actually contribute to reduce the carbon footprint? So basically, one thing we want to establish among agri-SMEs is to make them understand the concepts, including the causes, the impact and mitigation strategies, particularly within the agribusiness sector. And again, the adoption of sustainable agricultural practices. For you to, now you are aware of this climate smart agricultural practices, you are informed, then how is the adoption like? Are you now willing to adopt those sustainable agricultural practices? Have you developed a strategic adaptation measures? And also, we want to also ensure that you have the ability to integrate environmentally friendly approaches into your business operations. And also, we want you to tap in from any opportunities that has to do with the you being operating in a climate friendly manner. You can believe with me that week 5 and week 6 we were busy talking about climate financing, climate opportunities, and all of that. Dr. Charles Wawelu was here. A lot of you was bombarding him with questions on he have to even open the portal where you do the carbon credits. And I'm happy a lot of you learned a lot in that session. And then last week we had the Nimbom who also addressed the policy and shaping the ecosystem. And she talked a lot on policies and some things you need to know about policies that will help you tap from those opportunities. So this is one of the main things we want to achieve in BRACE program. Then the next one is, okay, fine, now you are adopting. You've adopted those climate innovations, your business is now scaling, your business is doing better, you're able to, scale your business because your operations are yielding more results. Operations is making you produce more. You've passed the level. Let's say, for instance, you have a 5 hectare, or let's say 5 acre or 2 acre. But because you are practicing irrigation system, your operation is now very fast. You are producing all year round, or maybe because you have a greenhouse, so you to a large extent you're able to manage pests and diseases, or because you are now converting your waste to something else and you're making money from it, waste to wealth initiative, or just because you are doing a crop rotation, you are practicing the regenerative agricultural practices that you all learned in week module 1. And because you are doing all these things, your business has been able to yield a lot of results and you are now expanding. And of course, at that stage, only you cannot do it. And that's when you start looking for people to help you. That's when you start bringing laborers on board. And we want that to happen because you're adopting climate smart initiatives. And that's the second pillar we want to achieve in BRACE, which is job creation. So we believe that when you adopt those practices, there is a hypothesis that your business will improve. And because your business is improving, you are scaling. And because you are scaling, you are creating more jobs for more people to join you in the business. And of course, you're even helping to enhance livelihood for yourself and for other people around you in your community. And then the last one is also business efficiency. We want to see the ability of your business to optimize resources, reduce waste, like I mentioned, and enhance productivity while you are integrating the climate smart practices in your business. So these are the 3, I just want you to have that in mind. These are the 3 things we really want to, that the pillar that we work with in BRACE. And we have been able to do the first one, which is the climate change awareness and adoption. We've exposed you to all the information you need to know. We brought in industry experts that have trained you, and also you've gone through the portal. So the next thing is you start adopting and then creating job, and of course, increasing your business efficiency. So now we have different ways that whereby we collect this data. So for virtue of you being a BRACE participant, once you log in, of course, you believe with me that the first thing that greets you welcome is the pre-diagnostic tool. So the pre-diagnostic tool basically is just for us to understand your level of operation as you are joining the BRACE program. So it's been designed to evaluate and conduct your status before the commencement of the BRACE online training program. So for us, it helps us to measure participant baseline knowledge, your attitude, your awareness regarding key thematic areas around climate change. And then after the pre-diagnostic, we've been able to, okay, fine, this person is now, we can be able to measure your level. And then you start undergoing the courses just like you have done. And you believe with me that once you are done with the courses, before you download your certificate, the next option, the next thing to do is through post-diagnostic tool, whereby we ask, is a structured post-training assessment that we use to collect information regarding the gap was it for us just to measure the learnings that you'll be able to acquire during the process of undergoing the BRACE program. So we just want to know the changes in awareness and your overall learning progress. So it seeks to enhance your understanding and readiness to apply this newly gained knowledge in real world scenario. So basically, that's why you are seeing that pre and post diagnostic tool when you were going through the BRACE program. For those that have not finished their course, please ensure that you fill the post-training diagnostic tool so that we can be able to measure, oh, this person was at this level before joining BRACE, and now they have finished the BRACE program and they were able to gain some informations, because this question is tailored to get to be able to measure the gap before and after. And then we went further because we understand that after some time that you've been able to graduate from BRACE, you've been able to start practicing some of these innovations. And we know it's not magic. Some person might not have the irrigation system, and we know what it takes to set it up. And we know what it means for you to put in a new initiative in your business. So at least 6 months after the program, we are expected that a lot of things have changed in your business. You've been able to move from point A to point B because of the information you gained from BRACE, or because of the information you gained during the mentorship program, because that is next thing that is going to happen after the online training, or because because we usually do study visit, like we mentioned doing in the last week LIS, that we're going to do study visits in some selected countries. And currently now our team is in Cameroon. On Wednesday, that was the day before yesterday, we had a study visits where the BRACE participants in Cameroon visited IITA institution in Cameroon, and they were able to see so many innovations on ground. So we keep picking countries that we visit, and we've done it in so many countries, like Gloria Praise mentioned during her introduction of BRACE and the journey so far. So some of these learnings you've learned during the online portal, during the live interactive sessions, and for those that visited the study visit sites, all these learnings, what next? So we deploy another data, which is survey tool. So this survey tool, what it helps us to is a structured data collection instrument that we designed to get feedbacks and insights from participants regarding their experience, their learning outcomes, and the challenges related to the training programs. It also helps us to assess the overall impact of the program, and also to measure improvement in knowledge, skills, and your business performance, because we want to understand your business, we want to understand your challenges so that it can help us make an informed decision on how best to continue supporting you. And also, we even want to identify emerging patterns, common barriers to adopting climate smart. What are those issues that will make you not to adopt to those innovations that you've been exposed to? What are the trends? By the time like 5 people are saying that the issue is because they're unable to get access to raw materials, then we know that there's an issue. Probably from our own end, we look for how we can be able to come in and assist you. And then when a lot of people are saying that the issue is because of weather conditions, maybe even when they put all the practices on board, then there should be a solution. Probably the varieties you are using are not okay for your location. Maybe we may need to explore more options and bring feedback to you. So this data collection is basically to help you, help us to, continue supporting your business in whichever way we can do. And also for us to also get information on if there's an opportunities that is daring, we can always bring it back to you Of course, whenever we get information on, especially funding opportunities and all of that, we share it with our participants, because after this, your graduation, after this MI, we are going to migrate all of you to our BRACE alumni page. That's WhatsApp group. We have all the people we've trained since 2023. So we're going to migrate all of you to that particular alumni page so that you can also network, learn, and if there's opportunity, that's where we usually drop the informations, because we believe that everybody are together, not just to a particular cohort or a particular badge. Then again, we also have what we call self-reporting tool. This self-reporting tool is a participant-driven mechanism. We design it to enable individuals to voluntarily document and share the impacts of training on their agribusiness activities over time. Take, for instance, I'm processing Gary today. You can take a video and make a short story around it and share it with us. Remember, we have larger audience in our social media handles. We can spotlight your story. You know, at the beginning of this my session, I was talking about storytelling. We can spotlight your story, you know, because you've shared some of these innovations that you've been putting, that we were able to put in place. I'm doing my fish, let's say, I'm stocking my fingerlings today, and I'm using a collapsible tank. I'm not using a concrete. I'm not spoiling the environment. Or maybe my feed, I'm using black soldier fly. Look at me doing my production of black soldier fly and all of that. You can take a video, take a story, background story about black soldier fly and how it's helping you reduce costs. Instead of you using feed, you are using the black soldier fly as an alternative protein to your feed. You can actually tell a story along that line. And we at African Food Changemaker helps to pick up your story and share it. So the self-reporting tool is basically more like you are just giving us progress reports on how your event, what is happening after you've graduated. So that one, you can always fill it anytime you are doing any operation. You can fill it as many as we collect it from our own end and then work on those stories. But for survey 2, is 6 months after you've graduated from BRACE. So after 6 months from now, we're going to deploy the survey to get all this information on your full impacts, your full operations after the BRACE program, and also measure your improvements and your knowledge and all of that. Why the self-reporting tool is just serve as a continuous feedback mechanism, allowing you to report tangible improvements, your challenges, your milestones, and also your experience that you've gained from the program, and also your stories that we can help you tell out there. And what this does is that this self-reporting tool, as you are documenting it, is also helping you track your progress, because if you are actually doing this and you are able to, because the form is not just about uploading the pictures, and there are a lot of things that we will ask you. Okay, how many, let's say for instance, you are stocking your fingerlings today. How many fingerlings are you stocking in today? Or how many black soldier fly? What is the kg you're able to produce and all of that? So this information, as you submit it, it will send you a copy back. So as you're getting those copies, you're keeping a record for yourself. So imagine you are maybe, let's say along the line, a funder. There is a proposal you are trying to submit or a business plan you are trying to submit, and they're asking you details about your operations. You can easily go and pick up those forms that you filled and use it to make a case. Because as an agri-SME, if you are doing operations without having your figures and facts, it makes it difficult for funders to come in to assist you financially wise and all of that. So it's also a way of you tracking your progress. You even forget that you did something like this sometime. But by the time you go back to those forms, those data you're able to collate for yourself, you can easily make decisions or use it to bid for, grants and also and opportunities out there. So quickly, like I was explaining to before now, that the pre-diagnostic tool is before the training, and then post is at the end of the training. Why the self-reporting tool depends on the rate of innovation adoption by participants, which is from 6 months deployment. And we are the ones that are going to deploy that. The self-reporting tool depends on the rate of innovation. As often as you are having an innovation you are putting in place, or you are adopting, or activities or story that you want to change, you want to also record or track, you can always feel that. Don't worry about the form. We're going to feel like a mock one in this session so that you can see how that works. Then for the survey tool is biannually for participants. Like I said earlier, it's twice a year. So for your set now that is graduating this month, it will be 6 months from now. You will do your first. We expected that at least a lot of change must have changed in your business. So we are going to deploy the form for you to fill. Then after that 6 months, the next 6 months, we deploy another one. This helps us, like I said earlier, to track your performance and also track the impact so that we can be able to make informed decisions and also help record your progress as well. So I mentioned earlier that we also need to know more about the roles of women's role in climate resilient agriculture, because it can never be, you can't just say it. So the last session we had last week was also on women and gender and shaping the ecosystem. So we just want to also talk about it briefly, just to support us, just to encourage us in and also in whatever we're doing in agriculture or what we are doing to not to be gender biased, to always, because in the question, we have questions that will be asking you questions like how many women have you been able to recruit in your business, how many percentage is among the decision making in your business, and also people with disability as well. So we want to just quickly talk about it shortly. Because globally, 36% of working women compared to 38% of working men work in agri-food sector as of 2019. But this may exclude self-employed and unpaid family workers. So what am I trying to say in an essence? Addressing inequality must be central to the response to food insecurity, because sustainable food systems are only possible with gender equality. This is said by Agnes. And why we are emphasizing on this is, for instance, maybe most of all this, for instance, a farm now that is into yam production, or they are into vegetable production. You see a lot of women going into vegetable, or you see them watering the farm after the laborers have dig and do all that. In fact, after digging the soil, planting the whole tubers and all of that, everybody goes home. But the truth is that it's the women that will continue nurturing them. For people that are not using the irrigation system, you see every morning you see women, they will go and water it, they go and do this and that. But most times they are not being represented. Most times they are not even well paid or encouraged enough that they can actually own that business themselves. Or sometimes because of the, someone is a female and is operating an agri-business and he has the laborers that are male. Most times, even when she has a good initiative or good idea, you see the male counterpart not yielding to her own rules and regulations because they felt that she's a weaker vessel. She don't have what it takes to lead them. But to be honest, everybody has something to give, be you a female or be you a male. So it's just us trying to encourage you that in your operations, try to be gender balanced, try to ensure that you are balancing the participation of female and as well as that of male in your business, because they have everybody have their major roles that they play in a business. Because once you're undermining one particular set of people, it's have an impact in your business that you will even know that it's going to happen. Because women remain underrepresented in decision making, and this significantly impact the livelihood of women farmers, their families, and overall economy, as they are more likely to be excluded from land ownership. You all know that majority of the African countries don't allow women to own a land. Even having access to credit, they don't usually have it as cheap or as easy as the male counterpart do have it. And other essential resources for agricultural economic empowerment. Right. And funny enough, is most of the time is these women that actually do a lot of work in the home, because they are the one making decisions in the food the children will eat. And if the children are not well empowered, the children are not well trained, children are not well fed, a lot of things will go wrong in the family. So imagine here if they are being disempowered, economically wise, and even to have some power to make some decisions, it will affect the children as well as even affecting the husband, because they have a lot of initiative and knowledge they can even help to share with the children or even with the husband. But because they are being underrepresented, they are being undermined. Nobody, whatever they have, will just stuck in them. They can't even share it. So it's good for you to tap from everybody the initiative even among your workers. Don't just say this person is a woman, no, she can't do. What if she's the one that have what it takes to deliver on that particular session? It's because we're going to see a lot of questions on women participation in this survey. That's why we brought up this topic on gender participation, female participation in agribusinesses. So it's also good for us to highlight it here just to encourage you to do better. And then again, we have, I don't want to really go much into it, about the women. So finally, monitoring, evaluation, and learning is everyone's business, and it helps us tell, to capture, and share credible stories of impact. So let's build a culture where we don't just do, we learn and also adapt. So I'm going to now pull up I'm trying to, because I just look at time, I just noticed we don't have much time. So that's why I'm trying to be a bit fast. This is the survey, this is what it looks like. So in 6 months' time, we are going to share this link with you. And when we share the link, then you'll be able to fill this information. So we're going to fill it with me now, as if I'm going to fill it as if I'm a participant that undergone the BRACE program, and also that I have my business. So as I'm filling this form, I'm not the BRACE program coordinator. Please see me as CEO of an enterprise. So I'm going to choose a name for myself. So my name is, let me see, my name is Ama Enterprises, right? And the next name is my name, that's my direct name. Amaka Chime is my name. And of course, I'm a female. So the next question will be, enter your position or role within the enterprises. Like I said earlier, I'm the CEO. And then the next question is on the country. So from Nigeria, I'm going to scroll down. So you're going to scroll down and select your country. Zimbabwe, Uganda, Liberia, Eswatini, Congo, Central Africa, Cameroon, Burundi, Burkina Faso, and all of that. So, I mean, you know better. You know your organization better than your location. So for me, I'm going to select Nigeria, and then I'm in Abuja. So I'm going to write Abuja. This is the city where I'm currently in. So date of completion of the BRACE training. For you, you completed your training last week. That was last week, Friday. That's when you had your last session. And that was on the 26th of September, right? So for you now, it's going to be 26th of September. And your business, my business, when was my business established? Oh, my business was established 2020, right? Your own might be more than this, or it might be lesser than this. And then what enterprise do I operate in? Okay, so I'm going to select in which aspect of the agribusiness sector do you operate? I'm going to select, let's say, fishery. Okay, no, let me say animal production. There's a two, if you select animal production, then there are other further questions that will come up that will be under animal production and fishery. But if you select only fishery, then most of the question will be limited to animal production. So don't be surprised, maybe your business counterpart feels it and it's different questions that popped up. It's because of the enterprise that you are operating in. If I choose crop production, most of the software functions will be on crop production. So I just want you to choose the one that is pertinent to you, the one we are currently doing. Of course, we all know crop production has to do with plants and all of that. Why animal production has to do with livestock. But we understand that there are some people, they are not into production, but they are into processing. For instance, crop processing, I'm doing potato chips, I'm doing plantain chips, I'm doing dry vegetable processing and all of that. Then you have no business going to production. You quickly go to processing. The same thing with someone that is into packaging. He's just aggregate from farmers and the processors and then package and sell. That person don't have any business going to crop production or animal production or processing. The person will just go straight and select packaging. The same thing with logistics. And then if there are other options that maybe you operate on, but it's not written here, you can as well select other so that you can be able to give us feedback on how your business works. But then if you are currently on training, even if you deploy this form today, then you have to select current training. So I think we should deploy this form today so that you can select you are currently in training because you just finished today. So we are not expecting much difference, but this might just help you to know how this form works, some of the things that you expected, so that once it's 6 months, you can be able, because we might not really be communicating as often as, and it might be a bit difficult for you to navigate, and maybe you might have forgotten some of the things that we talked about regarding this form. So that template that you have can easily guide you. So you can select current training at the moment. Why for after 6 months, you can now select your major sector that you operate in. So moving on, the next question is on climate smart agriculture. We want to understand your adoption. So that's why we're asking you, which climate smart agricultural practice have you adopted after you finished in the last 6 months that you finished the BRACE program? So we have the precision farming, which entails the use of drone imaging, using variety of technologies, using like GPS, or you're using a data monitoring app where you use to monitor diseases, or use it to monitor or you also use it to monitor defects in your farm. I mean, someone can be even in their table and see that something is going wrong in their aquaculture in their business, yes, the aquaculture business. They can easily even correct it while they are in their system. So if you have such thing in your farm, you can select precision farming. And for me, remember, I'm into, sorry, let me go back again. For me, remember, I'm into animal production, right? So I can say, because I'm into animal production, I don't need to be talking about regenerative agriculture. I mean, discover crop, integrated pest management, all this have to do with crop, soilless agriculture, all this also have to do with crop. Green storage is for someone that is into distribution, green logistics, and all of that. But let's say for me, I can select water management, drip rigging, because I'm also giving my animal water, right? And also I can equally select that I have some sort of software application. I'm using drone in my business. And also I'm doing aquaponics, yes, in the sense that I'm combining fish and also have some sort of crop by the side that also help me. So these are my operations that I've adopted after I've finished from BRACE program. Your own might be different from my own. Please select as is entails to your own or specific to your own business. So another question is, are any of these adopted tailored to accommodate gender specific needs? Remember, I told you that we try as much as possible to ensure that women participation are well represented in your business. So I say yes. For instance, when I mean gender representation, for instance, when a woman when one of your staff is a female and she give birth, do you even give her like some months to recoup and come back to business, or did you just tell her, please start immediately, 1 month or maximum 2 months? I mean, some organization is 3 months, some government organization is even doing 4 months. That's for Nigeria. I don't know what works for different countries, but it will be better you give female staff in your organization enough time to heal and also to take care of the baby to a large extent before they return back to your business. And again, do you also, this is just an instance of a flexible work arrangement for women. Also, do you have a nursery, or do you have more like a carved room where the women can also drop their children while they are working in your agribusiness sector? So these are the things we look out for that you should consciously imbibe in your business to ensure that you are accommodating gender specific needs in your agribusiness. And then the next question is on, we want to also understand the benefits, what benefits you've observed after you finish from the BRACE program, and the benefits you've been able to gain as you're adopting the climate smart agricultural practices. So the question on, it could be that my increased health and productivity, remember I selected animal production. It could be that my production has increased because the health of my animal are now better. I can say yes, depending on the situation, or it could be medium or it could be low. Just be honest so that we can use it to make an informed decision. Again, it could be that enhanced resilience, that the heat stress has reduced. So that one could be high. For someone that is in a high, where we have heat and all of that, it might also say, okay, it has moved from low to medium, you know. Then for animal production, you also have questions that water management, do you now have a better water management consumption and improved feed conversion rate for your animal? I can say yes, because I'm using black soldier fly. Now I've been able to improve on my feed conversion, and also water consumption to even for my animal are okay now. They're having water intake perfectly well because I've been able to manage them well. And of course that will reduce disease, I guess. So again, it's economic benefit because I've adopted so many innovations in my agribusiness, in my animal production business. Did it even tell in my economic benefit? For instance, we are looking at job creation. I've been able to create, I mean, someone that is creating job means that you are scaling. Did my income increase? Did it reduce my production cost? Did it improve my market access? So it depends. If this thing happened, then you can say, yes, it has reduced, or it have improved, or my market access have also improved, and they are all on the high side. So you can select high, or you can select medium, or you can select low, depending on how it is in your own business. Then we also have environmental benefit because I've been able to adopt some of the climate innovation practices, or I'm now reducing greenhouse gas emission. So you can say high or low because I'm converting my waste to wealth. I'm not emitting as much as my animal dung are being used as fertilizer in farm, or I sell it to farmers, or I have a backyard farm that I use the manure, and that I've reduced the greenhouse emission. So I can say medium. And then also access to information. Now I've been able to be exposed to new farming technologies. So I can say medium for that. And then animal production in terms of energy saving from using renewable energy. Before now, my chicken, if I'm doing brooding, I use charcoal, or I use charcoal, use it to burn it just to make provide heat for those new day-old chicks and all of that. But because I've been able to get information on renewable energy, now I'm using solar-powered system, and then I'm no longer generating heat. So of course, I'm now saving energy. And of course, that also helped to improve my production and reduce carbon footprint as well. So the next question is on challenges that is affecting your adoption. So what could be the challenges? It could be initial cost, because some of those innovations don't come cheap, or some of them might not be available. It could be lack of technical know-how. Even when I've undergone a BRACE program, I'm still struggling with how to set up a greenhouse, or I'm still struggling with how to install an irrigation system and all of that. So it could even be market barrier. Now I've produced, but I'm not getting access to markets. It can be infrastructural issues. I'm unable to set up some of those innovations. And then it could also be regulatory bodies. We understand that different countries, like we learned last week, policies are affecting my adoption processes, because I wanted to adopt some things, but maybe because that particular innovation is not something that you can easily get in your country, or for instance, some of those tools maybe is not is banned or something, you know. It could be a different reason, because different, like we learned last week, there are different policies to different countries. So some of those things can also as well affect my adoption. And land size as well. I have all the innovation, but my operation size is very small. Probably I'm not able to have more funds to buy more land, or because I'm a woman, I don't have access to land and all of that. It could be any of these reasons. So me, I'm going to select, I don't have land because I'm a woman. And again, I'm going to select high initial cost. So these are my challenges in adopting. And again, impact of climate smart agricultural adoption. what is the impact? We want to know the extent the climate smart agricultural practices have improved your business outcome. So you want to know to what extent your productivity have improved. So you can say very high impact, or you can say high impact, or moderate, or no minimal impact, or no impact. So it's just for you to choose on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 meaning that there's a lot of impact when you adopted climate smart agricultural practices. Why no impact is 1, meaning there is no impact even after you adopted the innovations. And again, we also want to look at cost savings. Now I'm adopting the climate smart agricultural practice. Is it saving money for me? 1 being no impact, 5 being very high impact. So I can choose 4. Yes, because I've been able to save some money in my business because I'm now and adopting so many climate innovations. Again, remember I told you that some of the 3 pillars of BRACE is awareness, adoption, and then job creation. So for job creation now, how many new full-time jobs have been created since completion of the BRACE training? For full-time, you tell us how many. For full-time, I can say I've been able to employ 5 people. For part-time, because they come and go, I've been able to employ, say, 15. And then what type of role have been created? Farm labor, yeah. And then administrative, I was able to also create sales and marketing and manager. Yes, I have a manager now that is helping me. So these are the jobs I've been able to create after I finished the BRACE program. And because I'm adopting those innovations as well, I've been able to create jobs, and these are the jobs I created. Then what percentage of these jobs are held by women? Again, we want to also know the female participation. So for me, I've been able to create, say out of this part-time and full-time, I've been able to create 10 jobs for women. Sorry. Yeah, I have 20 new jobs I've created, and out of that 20, 10 is female. You can see I'm gender balanced, right? Then what percentage of these jobs are held by youth? Again, we also want to know youth participation. So 100%, yes. My enterprise is being run by youth within the ages of 18 to 35 years. Do these newly created jobs provide equal pay and opportunities for women? Yes, I pay everybody equally depending on the level they join. But if there are 2 people, a male and female in the same level, I pay them equally. What type of job are predominantly occupied by women in your organization? Even the managerial role, they are there, they are in sales, they are in farm labor, and they're in administrative as well. So we move on. Do you have any plans to increase women participation in the roles that they are currently now? I said yes. And then what parts am I going to put them more? I need to put more women in my management team. Now we move on to business diversification. Just like the name implies, before now I'm doing only animal production, and I have maybe a fish pond, but now I'm trying to practice aquaponics, and then now I'm adding crop in it so that I can be able to use the same space for both crop and fish. And along the line, and by the side again, I have my backyard farming where I plant vegetables, and I'm using the water from the fish to also water the plants. So yes, I've been able to diversify to three other line of business now. So now we want to check your business proficiency. Have your profit increased? Yes, my profits have increased. To what percentage? Please, this is just percentage. It's not just number. So it can be 20%, it can be 30%, it can be 50%, not number. This is percentage. So my business have increased by 50%. On average, by what percentage do you think your energy saving? I've been able to save 20, can say 20, because I'm managing my waste and I'm not using charcoal again, like I said earlier. So of course, remember to use your own case. This is me reporting my business, right? So what challenges remain in achieving a greater proficiency? So what are the other issues? Of course, one of the issues I'm still facing is technology barriers and policy and institutional challenges, market access, and I need more high production costs. Yeah, so if I'm able to reduce it more to the barest minimum, I'll be able to make more gain. So these are the challenges that I need to also that's actually help stopping me from improving more from the level I'm operating now. So have you explored new markets? Yeah, I've been able to explore new markets. Have I adopted e-commerce? I use Instagram and Facebook at the moment. And then have you been able to access any gender-specific financing? So this one now is talking about grants. For instance, after you finish, remember when my colleague was talking, she did mention about you applying for proposals or applying for grants or working with a cooperative to access a loan or even sharing some of those opportunities with the BRACE team to support you in preparing the grant or maybe give you some sort of the support that you need or linkages that you need to scale through in those proposals. A number of the previous sets, that's this 2021, 2023, 2024, and early 2025 graduates of BRACE have been tapping into climate financing opportunities, and we've been recording so many information, so many grants that have been won by our participants. Like she mentioned, that we've recorded about 1,000. In fact, now it has increased in the last survey that we did. So if you've been able to get any of these grants, you select yes. And then we move on to gender participation, like I mentioned again. What percentage of women are beneficiaries in your business, your workforce, or people that are benefiting from your, maybe in the community, female that comes and pick your waste or help you, even being them full-time or part-time. For me, I can say 50 to 75%. And are women actively involved in the implementation of your climate-smart agricultural practices? Yes, they are. And training, does women also receive specific training on climate-smart agricultural practice? Yes. Do you have any mentorship networking opportunities that are tailored to women? Are going to select yes. And then we want to also look at the approaches that you use to mitigate the gender sensitive, you have adopted that gender sensitive approach to climate mitigation and adaptation. So I will say yes, that I've adopted some of them. For instance, the creating leadership opportunity for women, like I mentioned earlier. And again, does my company have gender related? Of course, I have a policy that there will be a maternal leave, and there is no harassment policy, and there is equal pay and all of that in my business. Is gender disaggregated data collected for use in decision making? Yes, I do that so that it will help me to make decisions. Do you or any key members of your business identify as a person with disabilities? Like I said earlier, we also look at the marginalized people, both the youths, both the women, and people with disability. So we also want to know people with disability, how you inculcate them in your business. So yeah, I have 2 people that are disabled in my business, and are they actively involved in the implementation of these climate smart agricultural practices in my business? Yes, I will say yes. I'm not undermining them. I get them involved, and 1% of them constitute my workforce. Just like I said, there are 2, so I can say they are 5%. What type of role does they play? They play administrative, they do sales, they do even sales. I can put them in administrative role. And then we have people with disability in your business receive specific training. Yes, they have. Have they adopted any inclusion focus approach targeting them? Yes, I've adopted that inclusion focus approaches to involve people with disability in my business. So if yes, what have I been able to put in place, like creating jobs for them, and also ensuring that they have ensuring physical stability of work and training environments. For me, I'm going to choose offering a flexible work arrangement that will help them to be able to adapt well to the business. For instance, now, somebody that if I'm doing my construction, for instance, I should make a walkway for people that are using wheelchair in my business. And then, of course, there will be another walkway for people that can climb, right? That shows that I have them in mind. And if there are some things that maybe they need to, some people with disability cannot climb, I can be able to allow them to, to also be able to have access to the equipment as well. And also, even when I'm making decisions, I should also look at those people with disability. Will it favor them? It's just like you saying, oh, today what we are going to do is to run from this place to this place, and without me thinking of somebody that cannot walk as fast as someone that is walking. So I also make sure and ensure that all these things are being put in place before I make any decisions, so that everybody is being carried along. Again, does the company have policy that is PWD related, like equal pay, harassment prevention, and parental leave? Sorry. Yes, I have that. And is the people with disability disaggregated data collected for use in decision making? Yes, like I said earlier, that I put them in my decisions. So the last one is on your perception, how you see BRACE, how you see the impact you've gained from BRACE. So this question is asking, on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate the overall impact of the BRACE training on your business? Is it impactful? Is it transformative? Transformative impact is 5. Significant impact is 4. Moderate impact is 3. Minimal is 2, and 1 means no impact. So when we say transformative impact what we meant here is that you've created impact and it's transforming your business, your lives, and the lives of people around you, right? And it's also helping to reduce carbon footprints, as well as you improving your livelihood and the livelihood of people around you. So that's what we are looking at this stage. Then for significant impact could be, yes, I've been able to adopt and reducing cost and scaling my business. Scaling, also employing, but maybe not to the extent of being that my business have transformed a large number of people, but I'm making a significant impact. Therefore, moderate, I'm still trying to adopt. I don't need much staff at this level. Maybe only me and my family is operating the business. So like that. So you know your business more than myself. So you select how you feel, how you perceive the impact of BRACE in your business. And the next one is, to what extent was the training adequate enough to address the need of your business? Does this training even address the need of your business? It's extremely adequate, is very adequate, is moderately adequate, is slightly adequate, and 1 mean not at all. So you be able to, it's more like you now rating the training you've gotten from BRACE. So you can say, you just give your honest feedback. For me, I would say, because my business is still young, I can say significant impact for this one. For the extent the training has addressed my needs, I can say extremely adequate. And then for here, you just give us feedback. Maybe any feedback that you just feel that will help us to improve on this BRACE program. I can type more physical engagement. Okay. So this is my feedback now to BRACE. And then if there's any other additional support that you would like to, what additional support would help you sustain and scale the benefit of the climate smart agricultural adoption? I can say more financial and market linkages. Yeah. And then, okay. So what also is additional support we would need to sustain and improve the activities of women in my business? I can say capacity building. So now I'm done filling this form. So if once I click on submit, you'll be able, now I've submitted the form. You can see a notification that was my BRACE survey tool was successfully submitted. So we'll be able to have the data. And then the last one is the self-reporting tool, like I did mention. So let's quickly run through that. It's also a very easy form. It's actually very, very easy. It's not as long as the survey tool. So like I said, this one again, you put the name of your business. I use Ama Enterprise. My name is Amaka Chime, and I'm a female, and I'm in Nigeria. Remember, this one, you can fill it as often as there's an innovation ongoing on your farm that you want to record, or a story you would like the BRACE team to help you tell. You can always do this one, but the survey tool is 6 months after your training, every six months. So I'm reporting today. Today is 3rd. Remember, I'm in animal production, and which of the following, okay, these are the innovations. So the aquaponics I talked about, the water management and waste management. Which new plan did you adopt after the conclusion of the training? Okay, the same. Are there any technology related to climate adaptation and or mitigation that you have adopted since the completion of the BRACE training that you were not exposed to during the training? So this is just trying to tell you, are there other things even on your own that you're able to adopt even after the completion of the training, and you are not being exposed, but on your own, you've gone further to explore these options? Yeah, I can say yes, because learning is constant. Yes. It's good for us to continue learning. So I put details of the learning. I can say training on processing, because I'm into animal production and I want to scale to processing. I've gone to do training on processing, and I can say that I'm able to learn on dehydrator, how to operate it and how it works. Vegetable dehydrator, because I'm also into vegetable production, I want to learn how to process it. So I can say that I went further to learn about it. And how do you use it in your, of course, I use it to dehydrate vegetables. Where did you hear about it? I can say LinkedIn. So what are the benefits that I observed? Remember, as I'm doing this, and everything I feel here is going to give me a copy. Immediately I feel it. So I'm keeping that copy for myself. And like I said earlier, opportunity can come where this information is quickly needed. I may not have time to start looking at the record. I may even be in maybe an event and someone is asking me of this. I can quickly go to my email and fish out this copy and use it to make a decision, or to use it to pitch for a potential investor that wants to, contribute to your business. So this one is also asking you increase in revenue. Yes. In your opinion, is this increase as a result of the adoption of climate practices learned from the training? Yes. Of course, I'm managing my waste. No, let me say, I save costs from my costs are being saved from feed production because I use black soldier fly. Oh, let's further well. Again. Okay. Have you been able to, have this practice led to cost saving? Yes. If yes, I can just say a brief of the savings. I save money. Because of time, I'm just trying to come up with anything so that we can move on very fast. Have you been able to access new markets? Yes. And then they will ask me, I can sell through e-commerce. And then have you adopted practice led to increase productivity? Yes. So I may just be putting answers just to move on. So if yes, provide a brief detail of the increase in productivity. I mean, you will tell your story here. Remember, we are trying to tell a story here. So you should be able to tell it as what is happening in your business here. Please don't mind all this I'm writing. My colleague is prompting me, there is no much time. So I'm trying to move very fast. Another one is, have you been able to attract new funding as a result of your adoption? Yes. If I'm maybe give amount, can say $10,000, as the case may be. Then challenges, I can put all the challenges that I'm having. And as a woman, do I have any challenge? Yes, I can type the challenge, the job creation. Yes, then I put the number of staffs that I've been able to, of the new staff. There are some of the question in the other one that is here. Remember, and then again, number of new part-time, you can put the number of new part-time jobs that you've also acquired. Then I'm putting 4 for women. Sorry, I'm putting 2. And then for female, I'm going to put also 5, like that. New part-time job, sorry. And for youth, remember I said it's 100%. So you need to be consistent. If you can see, if I put more numbers than my total number, it will draw my attention back. So, and then this is how you put the number of the total number of persons actively working in your business, the number of female working, the number of leadership that you have, and the number of women in the leadership position, as well as the number of people with disability in the leadership position, and also the number of women that is promoted to leadership positions, and also the number of women that is being promoted, and people with disability that have been promoted to leadership. And of course, the initiative that you have, does it support women in your business? Are the men in your organization actively involved in promoting opportunities for women and gender equality? Are any specific accommodation made in your business for people with disability? We've talked about all these ones in the survey too, so I don't want to repeat it. That's why I'm moving fast. And then this is your testimony. Would you like to record and submit a short video explaining how the training and your adoption of climate-smart agricultural have impacted your business? So you tell us yes. And once you tell us yes, it will ask you, would you like to submit the video? And if you click on yes, it will bring out the email. So you are meant to submit your short video here and also your short story here. So if it's a recorded video that you have, once you submit it here, we are going to get the video, and that's what we are going to use, coupled with the information you've provided so far. All this information is what we are going to use to make, tell a story in your business, so you can be able to get more visibility and also attract more funders and investors in your business. So these are the 2 tools that we have that we use in that we are going to be deploying. Like I said, in the next 6 months is for the survey tool, but I even deployed that one now, but you are going to select, like I told you earlier, that you are current in training. So you're not going to select that you are in a current, you just select current training. That's your level now. So you can be able to know that you've not really done much. So if we receive questions like, no, I'm not adopting, we can easily understand that you just finished the training. So there are not much expectation from your own end. So these are the 2 tools that we're going to deploy, and we continue to reach out to you and engage you in many ways. Thank you so much for indulging me. We really have to close out, but I will try to entertain a few questions so that we can close out on this. And I'm very sorry I'm moving so fast towards the end. It's because I'm being prompted to do so. So over to you, Gloria Praise. Please, if there's any question, I can entertain like 1 or 2 questions before we close out. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Amaka. I told you that the trainer that we're having for today, or the trainer that we just had today for today's training, is fully empowered. So if you agree with me, let me see any exciting emoji telling us that she did well, you understood all that she has said, and that the training was impactful to you. So before I let us go, okay, I'm seeing a lot of people saying thank you so much, Amaka, and I'm seeing a lot of lovely emojis to appreciate the trainer. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. This is really beautiful. I'm really excited to know that you got value for your time. So before we move ahead with today's session, I would really appreciate it if you have any question, please raise your hands, and if we give you opportunity, please make it swift and prompt. As you can see, our time is fast spent. So if you have any questions, if you have any questions specifically as regards the training, please can I see your hands up so that our trainer can quickly attend to your question before she leaves. And please, if it's not a question, you can drop it in the chat box. But if it is a question, please raise your hand so our trainer can attend to it. And if I don't see any question in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, I will assume that we don't have any question for the trainer. That means we fully understood everything that the trainer has said. And if that's the case, Amaka, please stop sharing your screens to enable me share the screen for the next agenda. So thank you, guys. I didn't see any hands raised, so I'm assuming that we don't have any question. Okay, Firi's hands is up. Linda's hands is also up. Okay, I will give Firi, since considering that he or she is the first person to raise hands, and we'll take Linda's question, after which we'll move to the next agenda for today. Please, Firi, make your question very snappy because we are really constrained by time. So I'm asking you to unmute and ask your question, after which Linda would go next, which will be all for the question and answer session. Please go ahead, Firi.
Yes, thank you very much. I really liked the presenter. The presentation was very good. Yeah. My question is, how often are we supposed to be monitoring our businesses, looking at the nature of the conditions, sometimes due to patterns of the seasons of the business? So I don't know, how often should we be monitoring our business, looking at the progress that we are making?
So if you are speaking, sorry, I didn't get the question initially. Please, can you repeat your question?
Yes, my question is, how often are we supposed to be monitoring the level of our progress in our business? Because I was following the way she was presenting, and I've really liked it. But now I wanted, at which stage are we supposed to do the monitoring and evaluation in our business? Thank you.
Okay, so as a businessman, and you know how unpredictable agricultural business can be, it's advisable you always monitor your business, keep track of your business. Anything you are doing in your business, for instance, you are planting today, you need to have information on all your planting activities. You need to also have information on your innovations, the one you adopt, when you adopted it, and the impact that adoption created in your business, as well as the jobs that you are creating as well. So that you can have it handy. Peradventure you have an investor that needs those information. But for we in the BRACE program, I said that for the survey to, I presented 2 tools. For the survey to is 6 months, because a lot of changes have not happened. So we give you time to have give you time to even adopt the innovation. It's when you adopt that changes will start happening. Is when you start putting in place like managing your waste. I talked about setting up a greenhouse. I talked about converting your animal dung to fertilizer in your agricultural enterprise and crop enterprise. Sorry. So that's when you will start seeing, even in your costs, as well as your productivity. So now 1 month, 2 months is too short to dictate that. From 6 months for us here is enough time to tell that, okay, a lot of things must have changed. So the survey tool is meant to be filled after 6 months. Like I said earlier, we are going to drop it now in the chat box, but you are going to select current training. There's an option that asks you for your enterprise. Please do not select any enterprise. Select that you are currently in training, because it's as good as you are good, it's as good as you are just fresh from the institution, from the program. So you've not really adopted a lot of things. So the one you are submitting now is just for you to have the experience on how to do that. Should in case after 6 months, there is no, you can easily get in touch with us. You have a copy that will guide you to fill it properly after you've experienced changes in the next 6 months. But for the self-reporting tool, that one is constant. You can always apply for, you can always fill that form, because it's more like your storytelling form. It's just for you to tell us what have changed, what has happened, and some innovations you've been able to adopt. And like I said, we from our own side, we often spotlight our members. So whenever we want to spotlight our members, we usually go back to those responses people have actually dropped. We go back to the stories they've sent to us, and we use those stories to tell, to spotlight our members. So that one, you can do the self-reporting. You can fill it as often as you are adopting any innovation. Any new innovation you're putting in place in your business or you're adopting, you can always use self-reporting to report it. So that's just the difference between the two of them. But like I said earlier, as a businessman, please keep tracking your business, even if praise people did not even ask you to. It's good for you to track all your activities so that you can be on check. Thank you, Fru. Then Linda, over to you, please. I'm asking you to unmute and ask your question.
Thank you very much, Amaka. That was very rich. Thank you so much. I have a question and a small remark again. So I'll start with the question. All right. So all the tracking that we are doing in regards to the climate smart practices we are implementing in our business, do we have any proof or any certification, or is it just based on our own evaluation that our business is eco-friendly? I know that on our packaging, like for me here in Cameroon, I'm doing tea, and there are some icons you can use to showcase that this product is eco-friendly. So I'm asking if it's just based on what I say about the product, or there are ways that when we are tracking our eco-friendly practices or our climate smart practices, there is a certification that we'll use to put on our product. That's my question. Then the second remark is we have been part of the BRACE study visit at the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture. It was awesome. The AFC team did extremely good. I had the opportunity to see things that I did not even know I would see in our agricultural sphere. So it was awesome. And I want to just say thank you so much for this opportunity. And I'm so happy to be part of it. And I'll keep spreading the climate change news message.
Thank you so much, Linda, for that question. And thank you for acknowledging our efforts in exposing agri-SMEs like you to innovations like the one you saw in IITA Cameroon on Wednesday this week. Mm-hmm. I'm happy you are here to testify to that, because a lot of people have been asking when are we coming to their country. Please, everybody calm down. We've gone to so many countries, Kenya, Malawi, South Africa, Ghana, and all of that, and we are coming back to other countries. Nigeria is next because we've not done Nigeria for a long time. So once we select your country, we are going to send you an invitation email in regards to that. So just give us some time to be able to organize and plan. And then back to your question in terms of certification to track performance of those climate adoption and all of that. You know, like I said today, mentioned, for instance, now, there are a lot of policy, quite all right, like Inimbo mentioned during our last sessions, a lot of policies that track all this, the adoption, that track the emission majorly. There is policies that track the emission. There is a measurement, there's an instrument already to measure emissions. But most times, these policies have not gone to the level of smallholder farmers. It's mostly in industries that are being targeted, right? But you on your own level as an agri-SME also know that you contribute in also in this, like imagine now, I said earlier, you are using charcoal, and you know that charcoal emits gases. Instead of you using solar panel, brooding house, you are now using charcoal. This is you affecting the environment. And again, remember, another way you can track that, okay, there is a benefit that if, for instance, you are using feed formulation that you got from an feed production company, and then it's costing you, say, $5,000, but you were able to use black soldier fly, for instance, now as the feed. That will help you because you are doing that organically. It takes you some weeks to incubate your what's it called? Your fungi and all of that, and the mucus, and then it now generates to that black soldier fly, and you are using it to feed your fish. You will experience a lot of savings from your own enterprise because you've been able to move from using entire 100% feed that has animal feed that has been formulated, maybe using maize, soybeans, and all of that is very expensive. You've been able to reduce the cost. So because you now have some savings that you saved from using those black soldier fly, it's an indicator on its own that is showing you are doing well. You're actually doing the right thing, right? And then again, currently now we know that there's a lot of effects of climate change. There's flooding, there is so many unpredictable weather conditions that is happening. It's just to tell us that already there is an issue in the system and you need to work on it. So you don't really need to, when you have the indicator right in your arm or you have it somewhere written down, before you ensure that you are keeping to those rules and regulations that reduce climate emission, that reduce gas emissions. Every institution in the country have their own regulatory bodies, and they have the likes of institutions that also track and measure emissions and all of that. For instance, in Nigeria, we have what we call NIMET. It's Nigerian Meteorological Company. They measure all these things, and they also measure our performance. But more, like I said earlier, it's have not really gone to the level like Europeans that can measure as small as a smallholder farmers. Their target at this moment is measuring industries, all these big industries that are emitting large substance in the air. So that's where their focus is. But for you, for the virtue of you being a BRACE participant, has exposed you to those innovations. It's better for you to do well and try to learn those strategies that reduces those emissions that affect the weather. And of course, for the fact that it's even helping you save some money, is also enough reason for you to start adopting those innovations. And of course, also track from your point A to point B can easily show you that, yes, I'm making progress in regards to your yield, your productivity, your staff turnover, and your business efficiency generally, and even diversification. So these are the things you need to look at your level to be able to know that, oh, I'm making progress and I'm also making impact in the community. Thank you so much, Linda. And next is Frederick. Please go ahead and ask your question. After Gaba, I'm not going to take another question because we've really taken a lot of time. It's because this is our last session, live interactive session. That's why we are taking all our time to engage you, because most of the engagements will now be through email or WhatsApp. Over to you, Frederick.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. This was an informative initiative. So I would like to check with you as to here in South Africa, do we have also the privilege for maybe regarding the package of the assistance from the organization BRACE, Food Change Makers, African Food Change Makers, and then number two, does BRACE perhaps have any form of certification towards its maybe learners or members, which maybe represent like a stamp, like climate smart agribusiness, maybe in our products? And if there is not, perhaps I would like to advise that there are organizations out there who are maybe, you know, telling their people that this is what we have for you to be compliant, maybe for selling this product to be certified grade A or B. This is what you have to do, so on and so forth. So I would like to perhaps, based on the attraction on your agri, not agri, on your BRACE and then agri African Food Change Makers, the what
Okay.
what attracted me was the colors and everything that is organized there. So as an entrepreneur, agripreneur, I am attracted to these colors and features and everything, which makes me believe and beyond reasonable doubt to say this is super institution. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for that. For the question about the package that we have, we were in South Africa in August, and then we conducted study visit, and a lot of you were able to visit, and we showed a lot of innovations in aquaponics innovation in Pretoria. I don't know if you were there, Frederick. Were you there?
Yes.
You were there,
yes,
right? So you can saw during the sessions, Neil, that's the CEO of that farm, and also the lady that talked about the processing was able to say a lot of things on these innovations, and they were able to also mention some sort of members or organization or cooperative you can join in that you can actually join in your country there. So I would advise you reach out to your group, like farmers associations and the members in your country, so you can be able to join them. What we can do from our own end, we've been able to give you BRACE certificates to certify you that you've been able to undergo the training on climate smart agricultural practices. So now you are well informed. And again, we've been able to link you to farms that will expose you further, and we're able to bring you together with other agri-SMEs in the same room to network. So I would advise you go back to that group of people to see if there are some organization you can join, and also to have information on regulatory bodies that actually regulate that this is certain percentage, or this is certain quality of seed, or this is what you can actually that is obtainable in your country. Because if I give you information on Nigerian method, it will be different from South Africa. So we've given you all these linkages. We've been able to link you with industry experts. We've been able to link you with your fellow agri-SMEs, and we've been able to link you to host farms that have gone far and beyond to adopt. And you can see so many innovations that we are in place in Pretoria. They are doing aquaponics, they are doing a lot of greenhouses and all the hydroponics that we saw. So it's not left for you to create that relationship. I mean, a number of you were able to get his contact, and they are still communicating with him. So this is the people you can actually reach out to know the certification or the rules and regulation and policies that relates to South African packaging and the certification and all of that. And the association you can join to gain more insights. BRACE is a family. We're also going to move you to alumni page, so you continue learning and see even dropping questions for other people in your location to guide you. And again, we are going to also organize mentorship program. And the mentorship program also gives you certificates after you have been mentored for 3 months by another mentor, right? So these are the things that we can offer from our own end. But also know that you need to do more work from your own end to position your agribusiness
Exactly.
in a way where it can attract more fundings.
Exactly. Thank you very much, madam.
You Back to you, Gambo Gaba. Please know that this is the last person, so we can close.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Firstly, my heart filled with gratitude to the organizers, facilitators,
you.
and the mentors of this great program. Seriously, your guidance, expertise, and support have been invaluable. Thank you for your empowering us with the knowledge and in fact, on the knowledge and everything. Your dedication to nurturing us, young entrepreneurs, is truly inspiring. So we are excited to apply these skills to drive impact and growth in our ventures. This is truly a life-changing opportunity for me because seriously, I have learned a lot through the whole program and module. My question is in regard to the form you felt last before my colleague started asking some questions. I'm somehow lost looking at I have a glitch of network from my own side. So when do we supposed to have the form? It looks like you explained that the form should be, was it 6 months, every after 6 months? This is where I have a little confusion. I had like we supposed to have the form today and feel, I don't have a clarification of issue of the form, please. Can you just highlight me a little?
Okay, thank you. So the form is, the survey tool is because we believe that a lot of changes must have happened. It's that changes will not just happen immediately. It takes time for it to happen after you've started adopting. So we are looking at in the next 6 months. That's when you fill the survey tool. In fact, my colleague just dropped it in the group chat now. That the survey tool should be filled 6 months from now. Why the self-reporting tool, you can fill it as often as you are having more innovations in your farm. If you are processing today or you are planting today, you can always fill the form and send the reports to us, just for us to get updated of what is happening in your business.
Okay, sorry, the last question is, you said all the participants are free to invite you for their maybe business location for monitoring and evaluation. Am I right?
Yes, we do that. Like, for instance, my team we are in Cameroon now. So as we speak now, that's why Patience is not on this call. She's in the field and with other team members to also evaluate the CS practices and also do interviews for our documentary. So it depends on the country that we select. And once we select your country, we always ask for that invitation to invite us to come and, see what we are doing, see the innovations you have in place.
Okay, my paraventure, you were like, let's say in Nigeria, and my
Which location are
enterprise.
you in Nigeria?
Yeah, Adamawa State. I'm from Adamawa, moving out local
Adamawa
government.
is far, but we'll look into it. Please, we'll look into it.
Okay, man. Now you are discouraging. You are discouraging.
No, we are not we are looking at the logistics, right?
All right.
So, and we
Okay.
want, if we have more numbers in Adamawa, then we would like to go. So we don't just
Okay.
want to go just because of one person. It's also where we have the population,
Yeah,
the demand,
I
right?
understand. Seriously, I understand. But my question is, actually, in case you're coming to Adamawa, are we going to take maybe a responsibility of your logistic or
No, you'll be in your farm. We are going to visit you.
Okay.
It will
Okay.
be
Thank you.
your own is just to show us what you have in place.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Great meeting you. I'm very grateful. That's my only question.
Thank you. So quickly, guys, let's celebrate our top scholars for week 6. Last week we celebrated top scholars for week 5. So congratulations to all the 9 participants that emerged as top scholars. We have Ibrahim Gaba from Nigeria. We have Mustafa Bepete from Zimbabwe. We have Wazini Andrew from Nigeria. We have Steve Ngerizi from Malawi. And then we have Chikeze P. Ikenna from Nigeria. We have Kwagwam Christella from Benin. And Omodibo Moses from Nigeria. We have Elizabeth Free from Malawi and also Mohamed Saji as from Nigeria. Congratulations, please, with a hand of, please show them love. Congratulate them and also give them a round of applause because of the good job they've done. It's not easy to emerge as top scholars. So please celebrate them, right? And I'm also going to drop it in the group chat, so continue celebrating them. By the way, we also want to celebrate our class governors. If you are very active in our social media website, you should know that we've actually posted our class governors since yesterday, because these guys did an amazing job. And this is us saying thank you very much for the good job you did during the course of this 6 weeks training. If we were able to coordinate the group chats, disseminate information as the need comes, and also you get back to us with feedback or challenges your fellow participants are having. So we say a very big thank you to David Oche Okaja, who is also the governor, and also OMP Nkoye from that is also acting as the governor. And then for the deputies, Esther M. Kapinga and from Central Africa, Usman K. Dembos from representing West African English, and Mona Abu Zaid. Please, I'm very sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name very well. That is representing North Africa. Ibrahim Aimoaf, that is representing West Africa, the French Francophone countries. And Mazwuga Lunda, that is representing Southern Africa. And Dr. Brigwa Innocent, that is representing East Africa. Thank you so much for the job well done. And I want all of you to go to our social media platform. Our for S is the _AFC Hub. And also for LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram is African Food Change Makers. And even in our website, please go there and comment and congratulate these guys and also celebrate them for the job they've done. You all will testify with me that they did a very good job. They tried to manage the team, they tried to manage the group, they tried to disseminate information, and they also try as much as possible to even support the participants in some of the challenges they are having in navigating the portal. So thank you so much, all our class governors, for the job well done. We just want to celebrate, as well as we are celebrating them, we're also celebrating our top scholars. So please also go to our social media platform and also congratulate them, engage them, and also celebrate them as well. Thank you everyone for that. We have done membership drive, but we don't have much time. So next step, like I said, is to complete the survey tool and consistently update the self-reporting tool. Again, also participate in the mentorship program. Once we announce it, please do not hesitate to join the mentorship program. It's another innovation that will help you get more hands-on support in adopting climate smart agricultural practices. And again, join the alumni WhatsApp platform. So we are going to send an email regarding the alumni WhatsApp platform. So as you are getting the email, please use the link and join the alumni WhatsApp platform. And as you all have been so cooperative in this current WhatsApp group you are now, please also cooperate in that alumni page, because that combines different people from different cohorts since 2023 to 2025 last batch. So it's people from different countries, people from different locations, people from different regions. Please respect and also contribute if need be, and also network as well. Again, join the AFC membership. Like my colleague earlier said, that you should join the AFC membership group. My colleague have dropped the link, because BRACE is just one of the programs that we do in African Food Change Makers. But when you join the AFC membership, when you become an AFC membership person, you'll be able to explore other options, other programs, other opportunities that we have. So don't limit yourself to just BRACE. Try and be an AFC member so that you can enjoy more benefits from us. And also plan to attend the study visit anytime we announced that we are visiting your country. And continue sharing your learnings on the social media. And anytime you are sharing your learnings in social media, please remember to tag African Food Change Makers so that we can also assist in celebrating you and spotlighting you. For more inquiries, we are always available in our email, that is brace@afchub.org, or you can send a DM to the admins on the WhatsApp group. So Now we're going to take our group photo quickly before we leave. So team members on the call, please do well to take the photo. So please on your camera and put on your best smile so that we can all see your best smile, right? And remember, this is our last session as cohort 3. Most of the session and engagement will now be as an alumni of BRACE, which entails other cohorts. So if I were you, try to put in your best smile so that we can make this day a memorable one, and you can always share it in your social media platform just to celebrate your participation in the BRACE program. Team members, please take the picture. Yeah, I can see I'm smiling, so I'm trying to smile so that I will be the best. My picture will come out well in the picture. My face will come out well in the picture, and I will encourage you to do so too. All right, thank you so much, team members. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the pictures. Like I said, you can share your social media handles in the chat box, and also to create awareness in your community so that more farmers, more agri-SMEs can also start adopting to climate smart agricultural practices, so that there will be improvements in providing an increase in providing food security in the continent, and also improving livelihood as well. Thank you so much for your participation, and bye for now. Bye everyone, bye.